Well, this is Manesh Patel from the EII Capital Group. Today is January 3rd, 2011. Happy New Year to everyone. This is the weekly Ichimoku webinar for the currency market. We got a lot to cover, so we're going to speed through this. So normal disclaimers, this is for educational use only. All charts are either Think or Swim, TradeStation, or freestockcharts.com. Here's my contact details. You can email me at mpatel@eiicapital.com, or you can follow us on Ichimoku Trading. Now, if you haven't listened to these videos before or don't know anything about Ichimoku, please go to our website, eiicapital.com, register for free, and download and watch the Ichimoku videos so you can get a clear understanding what Ichimoku is and how to use it, because we're taking an assumption that you know how to use Ichimoku already. Okay, so we're going to quickly go through our heat map, if we could find it. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay, so here's our heat map. Remember, if you're not sure what the rating systems are, you could go to the website and you could download them, but we're basically looking at D0, which is the current daily rating today, and W0, which is the weekly rating. And for bullish scenarios, we're looking for 5 to 8, where 8 is at the extreme bullish. And then for bearish scenarios, -5 to -8, where -8 is the extreme bearish. Okay, so if you look at Euro USD, you basically got bearish tilt there and bullish, little bullish on the weekly. So there's conflicts there. There's conflicts here on the pound USD. We'll go check out those in a minute. Australian USD is basically trending on both time frames, so we'll look at that. US CAD is trending on both time frames. US SWITSI is trending on both time frames. Australian yen is bullish, trending on both time frames. US yen is a little weak on the daily, but still bearish on a little bearish on the weekly. And if you look at the rest of the yen pairs, the yen is stronger compared to the other pairs except for the Australian pair. And then if you come down here to the SWITSI pair, euro, you could see that euro is weak compared to a lot of currency pairs out there, especially against Australian, New Zealand CAD. Okay, and then if you keep on scrolling down, you'll see that the CAD, Australian CAD, is strong against the CAD, and Australian is strong against New Zealand, and so forth. So, and then pound is weak compared to SWITSI. So SWITSI, yen, and Australian and CAD are very strong right now. So let's start looking for some charts. Let's start with a Euro USD, as we do with a normal week. The weekly over here is to your right. The daily is over here to your left. Okay, you can see from the weekly that the prices in the clouds, so that's consolidating, and you can see on the daily prices above the Cajuns in now. So even though this is bearish sentiment, it's in pullback mode right now. So you got conflict between the daily and weekly. That means there is no trend right now at all on those time frames. Okay, doesn't mean you can't trade it, but just means there's no trend. Okay, in fact, this probably has a little more bullish tilt right now than bearish tilt. Okay, let's go to pound USD. Pound USD again, just like the euro, on the weekly, it's in the clouds, so that's consolidating there. And then on the daily, basically, you're right at the Tinkinson here, so you're pulling back, you minor pullback here, and then major pullback if it penetrates the Cajuns to the top side. So levels to look for are 54.98, which it's right at now, and then 56.26 to the top side, and then to the bottom side, of course, going down here all the way down to 53.46 and keep on going down. But this does look like it's got a bullish tilt. Looks like it needs to pull up before it can sit there and start resuming to go down. Okay. Australian, remember Australian strong. Let's look at Australian USD. If you look at that on a weekly time frame, right now, let's change this to make everything consistent. Looks book bar. This is bullish trending on the weekly, where right now it looks like it's basically pulling back to sit there and make that resistance and support. And you could see that same thing here. It's pulled back to the Tinkinson on the daily, but this is bullish trending right now, but it is in a minor pullback phase. If it keeps on pulling back, then it's going to be into a medium to major pullback, and be careful at that point. Let's look at New Zealand USD. If I could ever type. Okay, New Zealand USD is bullish trending on the weekly, and if you look at it, it's bullish sentiment now on the daily. But it does need a pullback in order for it to continue to go to the top side to equalize the future cloud. So it needs a pullback probably to about 76.57 if possible, or all the way down to 76.21 before it could go up to the and start causing a bullish trend on a daily. But this is one to definitely look for after a pullback to start going bullish. Okay, let's go look at US Switzy. US Switzy is bearish trending on both time frames, but it does need a pullback on a daily to equalize with the Tinkinson in price. So it needs a minor pullback to the Tinkinson at least, or close to it, in order for it to keep on resuming to the bottom side. US CAD, remember CAD's strong. It's basically very, very strong right now. Definitely looks like it's trying to get to the 98.83 level. As one level, and then also the next level would be 97.29, but this is bearish trending on both time frames. Okay, let's go look at some of the US yen. US yen, you can see here, is bearish, still bearish trending on the weekly time frame, but it's pulling back right now to the Tinkinson, and it's also equalizing here on the daily. So both of them are bearish trending, but they're equalizing right now and pulling back. If they penetrate the Tinkinson going up higher, then it's going to turn into a major or medium pullback, and that's a word of caution there if you're bearish trading right now on that. Australian yen, this was basically telling us this was bullish on both time frames, and you could tell this is bullish trending on both time frames. Price is below the Tinkinson right now, but this needs to continue to go up and break this pivot here of 83.57 in order for the bullish trend to continue to go higher. Okay, so look for that to continue, because this does look like it can sit there and keep on going higher. Pound Switzy, this was weak, and you could tell this is weak here, but does need a pullback now to equalize the price versus the Tinkinson on the weekly time frame. So you do need a major pullback as far as the daily is concerned, and a minor pullback as far as the weekly is concerned, in order for it to continue to go down. And you can see this thing's been ripping down drastically, 1,000 pip movement actually within a very, very short amount of time. So definitely need to pull back there. Let's see what else. Australia, New Zealand. If you look at Australia, New Zealand is bullish trending on the weekly, but it's pulling back to the Tinkinson right now, so it's in the pullback phase. And if you look here on the daily, there's conflict all over the place. So definitely wait for this thing to pull back, finish pulling back, and then see what happens in order for it to start trending to the top side. Okay, I think that's it for this week. Have a good week trading. If you have any questions, please let us know.